With this in mind, we wanted to really do a deep dive, metabolically speaking, and understand the effects of UniMate on three very important metabolic tissue: fat tissue, muscle tissue, and the liver. Of course, the interest in those tissues may be somewhat obvious. We're all certainly very interested in why we get fat, and we want to understand why our fat mass may go up or down. And that was one of the first things we saw, is that the test subjects that were taking UniMate every day lost much more weight than the control subjects. So overall body weight, body fat went down. And then next, we wanted to look at muscle mass. Muscle mass stayed normal. There was no change up or down. Now, specifically with these three tissues, we went deeper than just looking at whether the tissue was bigger or smaller. We actually dived in to measure the function of the mitochondria, the actual powerhouse of the cell, or the penultimate site of metabolism. Of course, fat tissue is a living, breathing tissue and has its own metabolic rate. And we found that UniMate consumption increased metabolic rate in the fat tissue significantly. But it even went a little further. It was a little more interesting, where it was spending more energy, but it was wasting the energy. In other words, the fat cells were actually burning through fat just to create heat. And